ABC News legal contributor James Sample is here now for more. James, how does Bolton's case compare to Trump's other political enemies now facing charges?
Andrew, good to be with you. This case is very different than the cases involving the two other individuals who've been targeted, clearly, to some extent at least, for retribution, James Comey and Letitia James. This it may also be, and probably clearly is also, a case involving retribution, but it's different. So the way that I would characterize this is similar in the sense that there's overlap in that we are now, in less than 1 month, dealing with the third indictment of an individual who is well known to be somebody who Donald Trump wanted to see prosecuted, who Donald Trump considers an enemy. But this is very, very different than the James Comey and Letitia James scenarios, in that the indictments in those cases were, first of all, brought by an individual who was basically installed, seemingly strictly for the purpose of bringing those cases, because career prosecutors and line prosecutors in the office found that there wasn't a case to bring in either of those scenarios, and in fact resigned rather than bringing that case, or was fired if you're talking about Eric Siebert and the disputed characterization of whether he resigned or was fired by the president. This is different. This case here was brought by career prosecutors, brought by the U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, brought by national security prosecutors from the Department of Justice, and signed by career staff, line prosecutors in the office, indicating that those individuals in the prosecutorial normal course of events think that they have a case. It's also different, Andrew, in the sense that the indictment here is highly, highly specific and detailed. You could have blinked, if you would have blinked, and you would have missed the James Comey indictment. That's how short the document was. This is 26 pages long, and 20 of those 26 pages spell out in detailed factual predicate for the allegations against Mr. Bolton.
So given that, James, how do you expect Bolton's attorneys to mount his defense?
I think Abbe Lowell is well versed in this kind of case. He's also involved in some of the other cases that we just referenced. He has already indicated that the denial on Bolton's part that he had any willful knowledge that he was doing this will be part of it. He'll also focus on the idea that this is a selective or vindictive prosecution. That is less likely to be a successful defense here than it might be in the other cases. But he will additionally point out that many individuals who are involved in national security, who are involved in matters of national intelligence, take good notes, save those notes for the purposes of writing a book, and then submit to a kind of pre-publication review process to determine whether or not there's classified information. Mr. Bolton went through those steps, at least he did for his book. So there's going to be an argument that, hey, the FBI knew all along that I had this information because I actually told them that I had this information in the form of writing the book and letting them review the manuscript. Now, that'll be disputed for sure.
So given all of that and Bolton surrendering today, what are the next steps in this case, and what are you specifically watching for?
I think, Andrew, this case will take some time to play out. This one will move more slowly, I anticipate, than the others. There will be a discovery process. The discovery process in a matter involving national security information is necessarily more cumbersome because of the confidentiality concerns that are at the heart of the case itself. And Mr. Bolton will want to seek some discovery vis-a-vis the effort to prosecute him. This case will take some time. The matter here is a serious matter. It is not as simple as the other two matters involving political retribution. I suspect that Mr. Bolton will consider at least the idea of a plea bargain. We've seen that in other contexts with relatively similar fact patterns, including most recently with General Petraeus.
Long road ahead. All right, that's ABC News legal contributor James Sample. James, thank you.